letter rule number 1. If you're good at launching at the beach, bring it with you. That's what you gotta do to get the sand out of your wing. Bring the beach home with you.
Also, I always make sure that these things are kind of hitting my knees just lightly. If you do them real loose where they don't mess with you, it's harder to take off. But if you pull just a little bit on them, so it kind of hits the pulls on the back of your thing, it'll pick you up quicker. Yeah, because when I land, I usually dump them all the way out so it get a nice, easy, straight down hit. But then when I get back in it, I want them just slightly tight, not as far as I would have it sitting, but just so it's got a little pressure on the back of my thighs, and then it'll just sit me right down on the seat every time.
Alright, so this is a little embarrassing. After that camera got caught in my risers, I saved it. I almost ran into these buildings, but I saved it nonetheless. Pretty impressive, huh? So today started out, I thought it was going to be a great day. Had my buddy John, my buddy Nate out there to fly. First time we've flown since pretty much going to the school in Florida, and we thought we'd have some good fun. They came way up here to meet me near my place up in East Memphis, basically, and they came from North Mississippi, about an hour away. So we got all set up out here, and we decided to go fly. You saw how hard it was for this motor to start this time. This is an Air Conception 130. The pull start usually is pretty easy, and it usually starts on first or second pull. So it was kind of unusual that this time it decided that it was going to take 5 or 6 pulls. That should have been my first warning sign. I didn't really pay too much attention to it. Everything seemed pretty normal. So I took off, and here I came back to wait for the other guys to take off that were behind me. So you'll see them pick up right here. This blue wing is flown by my buddy John, and the red wing is flown by his brother Nate. It was pretty random happenstance that we ended up at the same school, and we were only about an hour away from each other in Memphis and Mississippi. So we've gotten to meet up a few times since then and hang out a bit. Try to fly some paramotors when the weather lets us. So I was just spending some extra time here, kind of spinning around, waiting for them to get up, and then I figured, hey, I'll follow them, and hopefully they won't outrun me too bad. So one thing I've started noticing is I feel like I have no power. I mean, it's going alright, but it usually climbs pretty doggone quick. Today it hasn't been seeming that good. And note to all you viewers, this is 4 months ago. This is April. So I'm sorry about all the videos that I haven't posted, because I haven't really had that many except for the airplane videos. My paramotor's been down since then. Finally seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. I got something coming in the works, so I'll share that with you guys in the next video or two. The next video will be about repairing this AC-130. So, you know, I'm not climbing very high here. I mean, I haven't really picked up much altitude at all. I still haven't really clicked in my head that there's a problem, because it's functional, but still isn't clicking to me. Some of you guys have asked about me recording the sound for these videos. I do it after the fact. I don't have any kind of mic that goes well with the camera equipment on my head while I'm going, so unlike the Tucker style videos where you've got narration, which is probably more energetic and lively than me sitting here talking to you, I just sit here in the computer room and I kind of go through the footage, put it together how I want, and then I go ahead and use this CAD mic that I've got here. So now we're starting to really see an issue. I start getting unresponsiveness, the throttle's not really doing anything, and I'm starting to think, man, this is... maybe I need to turn around. And then the paramotor gives me the hint that definitely I need to turn around. Final hint coming up. Yep, that's the paramotor saying, hey buddy, go back to the other way. Don't get too far. At least I didn't get very far, right? Should be no problem. Practice this in planes all the time, sort of fake-wise. We don't really engine out and try to land, but we simulate it quite a bit.
Sorry, I was just saying my throttle cut out, so I'm going back down. You guys have fun.
So now we gotta see, we gotta kind of set this up, and we've got to make sure that we make the runway in the right space. I mean, you could land anywhere on the runway, but I'm kind of lazy, so I don't want to land just anywhere. I want to land back where I started. There's 3,500 feet or so. Actually, I think this runway is 5,000 feet. This is Fayette County Airport, by the way. I think it's FYE, KFYE. It's on the east side of Memphis. Usually, nobody here, just like today. Perfect place to paramotor. So I'm trying to time this just right so that I can make it right back to my taxiway, right next to where I started. I don't want to pull those brakes too hard because it's going to lose altitude, so I'm trying to be real touchy on there and just get a little bit of leaning and slight brake in, so hopefully I can come touch down in the right spot. A little short of where I wanted to be, but safe enough, right? Well, I don't want to carry the wing, so let's go on back to the parking spot.
This is the way to get back to the car, and you don't want to have to fold your wing up.
Speed through that. Yeah, that was like running a football field with a wing over my head. Worked the first time. So there's John. At least I get some good footage of these guys, right? The dastardly duo, the Price brothers. And John in for a landing. It's about as good as it gets.
Nice job.
These are all Spyder wings, by the way.
There's some trip hazards.
Blue's a 26, mine's a 26, and the dark red one is a 28. All Spyders.
This one does have a switch. I'll flip it once you're ready. Yeah, well, it's a high performance vehicle.
Oh, that's not bad as I remember.
Yeah, it's heavy.
It's not as bad as I remember.
Yeah.
I had this distinct, and this is terrible because
Oh.
it was so foreign at the time.
Well, and we were tired. We were
so
all so
heavy to
tired.
me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Robert spent our first 3 days beating the shit out of us before
That's
training.
true. Fly high paramotors commercial.
Yeah.
You want to get in shape and land a fly? You should be good, right?
Yeah, just remember, it idles a little low and sometimes it'll die out, so if you just pump the gas, it'll be good. And every time I adjust my idle, it always comes back to,
Yeah.
Screw you, John. I'm not running.
There you go. I don't know.
That was a good takeoff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, he was right on the weather. Good job on the weather, buddy.
Yeah. Well, meteorologist Ryan.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the whole sky cleared out.
So these guys graciously let me use one of their motors, at least so I could get some flying time in. Felt pretty bad that I couldn't get it started. It's kind of depressing, right? So this is a Nitro 200 E-Start clutched. It's basically what we used at our class, which is an affiliate of Aviator PPG. So I was used to flying it when I originally learned, and got another chance to fly one.
Oh, he's coming in for a landing.
So I flew like 10 minutes before this and fiddled around a little bit before dusk set in too much, and I needed to be strobed really well.
Keep running. Keep running. Keep running. Set it right there. Oh, not there. Oh. Hey, you saved it. You saved it. Can you tell the difference between the two motors? Yeah.
So the issue is piston is eating up on the edge of it. It's got a little hole on the side. But there's a little bit of stuff on here, not too bad. That'll polish it up, but I have to rebuild. What do you guys think? Got half the ring here. Don't even know where the other half is. It's probably in the bottom end. More about that later. See how this was just all tore up. The whole ring basically came off and caught in the exhaust port, etc., etc. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and come back for the next video where we try to fix it. Emphasis on the try, and I'll tell you what I got in the works after that. Take care.